Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing something a little different because I found something and I love it. But it's a Facebook group. The Facebook group is called Famous. The Facebook group is called Famous Transgender Disclosure, Transvestigation, Transhumanism, Transformers. That's the name of the Facebook group. So it's basically just transvestigation, if you don't know what that means. It's just famous people that are getting held under a loop, basically, and getting looked at, and people saying that they are trans, basically, and telling you reasons or not. Sometimes they give you reasons, sometimes they don't. But to get into the mood, we're gonna start off with this Twitter thing I saw, and it actually sparked me to do this because I've been wanting to do this for quite a while. But I saw this reply, and I knew it was gold. It's this one. Which female rapper is winning the site profile category? So we see Doja Cat, top left. Right next to Doja Cat, we see Megan Thee Stallion. Bottom left, it's Nicki Minaj. And then on the right to Nicki Minaj is Cardi B. And this user replied, Nicki and Doja, the only female rappers there too. There have been rumors that that Megan Thee Stallion would be a trans woman. Although this is still strange. Like, where does it even come from? I want to see proof. I don't really. I don't want to. I actually don't give a fuck. But this is just. It's just strange. It's very strange to me. How they just make these assumptions without giving us any information about it. And that brought me to the group that I just read, Transvestigation Facebook group. And the first post is this one. We see Pamela Anderson, and they just wrote Pamela Manderson. Couldn't that person think of a better name? Couldn't they? I don't even see the issue with the pictures. There are some worse ones here, like people you are not going to expect to see here today, but they will be here. Next, this is quite funny because this person is transphobic. It's about Candace Owens, and it's titled Candace Owens and his wife. Candace Owens and his wife. Like, without any claims, calling someone and their partner trans for no reason is... I don't get it. Like, I've looked through the group for like a few times, and Candace Owens popped up a few times, but there was never any proof of it. They're just saying shit. Like, neither of them look trans in the slightest. Not even. This one baffles me because I don't understand. Because I just don't understand. Just saw this pop up on my feed. How lovely to see a loving father with his arms wrapped around his wife and their 3 sons in bed together. This has to be a joke. It's the family Stallone. It's Sylvester Stallone. They're calling Sylvester Stallone a woman. They're calling his wife a man. And they're calling their 3 daughters sons. This is embarrassing. Not for them. Or the person that made this. I don't even get it. A loving father with his arms wrapped around his wife. Like, really? Like, what's even the chance of like 5 people being trans in family? Like, parents and children, all of them being trans, those chances are insane. How? But like, that's so dumb. That's honestly so dumb. So, if what they're saying is correct, which, spoiler alert, it isn't, how? That would mean that Sylvester Stallone and his wife adopted these 3 children, and all 3 of them were trans as well. I think something popped in their heads. Like, I think their brain just stopped working. This one is funny as fuck. This is like the same situation, but with Kris Jenner, as you can see. Huge ears for a woman. Obviously, it is a man posing as the mother of 5 girls. All of them are male to female, of course. Kris Jenner. So, Kris Jenner is a man. Is what some people are saying, and you know what they based it on? On her fucking ears. Like, that's lower than low. How are you gonna base it off someone's ears? If you're gonna base it off something, like, don't base it off someone's ears. That's like, that's not believable at all. And all of her children, apparently, her 5 children, are all male to female. They're all trans. She just called Kendall Jenner and Kylie Jenner and all the rest of the Jenners and the Kardashians, Kim Kardashian. They called all of them Khloe Kardashian. Always forget her. So they just called all of them trans. No. How can you look at Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian and the other Kardashians and the other Jenners and claim that they all used to be men? I'm losing brain cells. Next. This is something that's said very often about the trans community, about trans people, just people in general. If you have an Adam's apple, you are apparently a man. Spoiler alerts. Everyone and their mother has a fucking Adam's apple. Everyone has it. For some it's not that obvious, but for others it is. And that has nothing to do with your gender, because if you would look at mine, I don't even have one. There is not even literally. No, and I'm a trans woman. And this is like the example I picked out is Shania Twain. Shania Twain, he feels like a woman. If it has a Adam's apple, it comes with a carrot. I shouldn't laugh. It's actually sad because these people are. They have to vote, by the way. They will be voting. I just can't believe there are people out there that do this. That even think like that. It's so fucking insane to me. Like, honestly. like honestly, this one may be the funniest thing this may be the funniest thing I've ever read. This is a transvestigation on, you're not gonna expect this, but people think that he is born as a woman. Andrew fucking Tate. Oh my god. Make it make sense. This man is a woman, is what they are saying. They're not even backing it up. They're not even backing their claims up. Andrew Tate. Oh, that. I had a good laugh when I saw that. I had a very good laugh when I saw it. Now, Billie Eilish. Yes, even Billie Eilish is victim to the Transvestigators. He ain't named Billie for nothing. And then you can just see that they just used FaceApp or Facetune to just make her bald. What the fuck? By the way, this has almost 200 likes. Almost 200 likes. Like, even with a photo of her when she was a child. Like, how is that masculine in the slightest? It isn't. It just isn't. Calling Billie Eilish a man. Is that what? And they're just basing it off of her name. Because she's called Billie. I know a lot of Billies. And no, they aren't trans because of that name. Oh my god. Billie Eilish is not born as a man. Leave Billie Eilish alone. Next in the category of pop superstars, it's my favorite of them all. It's Queen Ariana Grande. Oh my fuck. So, Ariana Grande allegedly is a man. And to prove it, they've used two pictures. One when she was little and one she was all grown up. No. Literally every single famous person has to suffer, has to go through this. And that's insane. This also has 100 likes, by the way. Like, this is insane. That's just insanity. Next one is a crazy conspiracy theory about Elliot Page. Elliot is probably his real name, as he is a male to female, and now that he's back to being a boy, he actually looks more authentic and normal than when he was trying to look like a girl. What the actual fuck? I don't know what to say. I am speechless. How? How do you even come up with that? Why would Elliot Page be born as a man, transition to a woman, and then transition back to a man? Well, that's not what happens. He was born a woman and he transitioned to a man. At least they are not misgendering him. That's the only positive in this conspiracy theory. I don't think Elliot is gonna mind that theory at all, because it's only gonna be positive. It's only gonna be positive. You will not get misgendered by the Transvestigators, Elliot. You won't. I'm gonna give you a chance to guess who the next one is. Very famous. You will never guess it. No, you just can't guess this. Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein. Yes, that's who's next. Albert Einstein is a woman, is what the investigators are saying. It was a repost of historical pictures, and the only reason why they're saying this is because Albert Einstein has his legs over one another. Over one another. That's why. Because it's a feminine pose. And maybe, I didn't even see it, maybe because of the heels. Like, honestly, this is so dumb. Like, I can't even explain how dumb this is. This is just insanity. You will not. You won't guess the next one either. This one is even more out of pocket, I would say. This person is getting called a boy. It's Anne Frank. Okay, I keep reading that many famous male to females have a male last name. Now I'm curious about Anne Frank. Thoughts? How does this make any sense? So they're basing this off her last name, which is Frank, which is Frank. That's what they're basing it off, by the way. I'm not making this up. They're basing it on her last name. You can't change her last name. So would that mean that her siblings, if she had any, I don't even know, would it mean if that her father, there's also something fishy going on there. My last name is not masculine at all. It never was. Because you don't fucking choose your last name. It's how does the last name decide if you're trans or not? This one I've seen a lot. This one is about Melania Trump and Michelle Obama. Are these first ladies or first men? I haven't actually seen it quite a lot. I have seen it a lot on Michelle Obama. I've never seen it on Melania Trump. If you have to believe them, every single person in Hollywood is trans. Every single one of them. While there's only a very small portion of the entire world's trans. So this doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. And it will never make any sense. This is unbelievable, by the way, that they've chosen this woman to transvestigate. It's the beautiful Jennifer Aniston. And they've called her Jennifer Traniston. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Neither. Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes. Really? Are you fucking for real? Jennifer Aniston? What are they basing it on? Literally nothing. The pictures there are literally not even something that I could transvestigate. This is also so fucking strange. Some tough woman. And and it's Conor McGregor, Logan Paul, and Mike Tyson. Like, what can I even say? Next up. Also very funny, you wouldn't expect this. Elon Musk. Little girls, Elon Musk and Lex Fridman. Never thought the day would come. Never thought. I never expected that. I never thought so. This is also a transphobe that I'm going to cover on my channel very, very soon. It's Ben Shapiro. Has anybody else noticed this? Ben Shapiro is in no way an adult human male. An adult human male would not be 5'7". So if you're listening and you are 5'7", that means you are a woman, that you are not a male. That's what this person is saying. And her voice is just another dead giveaway. I mean, nobody can tell me that that does not sound like the famous trans man voice. The voice that trans-identified females get after starting their so-called hormone treatments. Another thing is that beard. It does not look natural for a man who has XY chromosomes and naturally has an appropriate amount of testosterone. And her entire face structure is also too soft and feminine, including her too small skull. She probably tries to hide her true self by making all that anti-trans commentary. But I can see the truth. I can see it in her eyes, and any other sane person can. Just listen to that voice. Oh, we will in a second. And look at those shoulders. I speak only the truth. See for yourselves. No amount of right-wing statements can hide away the truth, Ben. I'm gonna show you a clip. Of Ben Shapiro talking.
Ratio, because they don't want to kill civilians. They're trying to minimize it, of any modern army in the history of warfare.
This is one of the people that should be locked up immediately, by the way. This is very insane that you even think this. That this was even more insane than reading the Andrew Tate one. This is mental. I wish there was like a heavier words that I could use, like at how mentally insane this is to even think of that. I had a conversation, at least I left a comment on the Sylvester Stallone one, and I asked, why do you think that they're trans? And this was their response. I don't think they are. I know they are, because I can see it with my eyes. You probably wouldn't believe it, but the reason you can't see it is because you're probably under a spell. There's ways of undoing it, but it's something you need to figure out on your own. It's like the movie The Matrix. No fucking way. You can't be told what it is. You need to see it for yourself. And then someone else replied to me, yes, once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's very obvious. I bet you don't know. Marilyn Monroe was one of them either. LOL. First of all, that's spelled wrong. Second of all, that's an insane claim. Someone else replied, totally. It's been happening since long before Hollywood. Royal families are guilty as well, going back to the start. My ex-girlfriend came from Iran, and one of the things I loved about her was that she could see them too. She said all the major actors, politicians, etc. are inverted too. No matter what part of the world you're in, they all use the same symbols and rituals. These people need to be locked up, because they're talking nonsense. They should be in like a psychiatric institution. I've been in one. Not because I was that's not what I meant. I've been there with a lawyer. That's no. I was doing an internship at a, what do you even call it? At the courts, and I had to go to a psychiatric institution, and the people there that we were deciding on whether they should stay there or like join or they should go home. those people weren't that fucking crazy. And it was bad. I saw some real scary shit. I almost fucking cried. It was very sad and insane. I probably would cry if it happened again. But if I had to pick between locking that person up or this one or these people, I would go for these people. I honestly would. I honestly fucking would. The group has 15,000 members. The only thing I hope is that some of these people are actually just trolling, like the Kris Jenner one. This Penn Shapiro one was definitely not trolling. Like the Kris Jenner one and the Sylvester Stallone one, I hope they're trolling. I hope most of the people in that group are also trolling. Because, like, trolling or just looking around or just for a laugh, like I am. Thanks for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this. I did. I had a good laugh. I couldn't be happier. And I hope to see you again very, very soon back on this beautiful channel. Don't forget, we are still on planet Jupiter to get stupider. I don't think they are. I know they are, because I can see it with my eyes. You probably wouldn't believe it, but the reason you can't see it is because you're probably under a spell. There's ways of undoing it, but it's something you need to figure out on your own. It's like the movie The Matrix. You can't be told what it is. You need to see it for yourself. Someone else replied, yes, once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's very obvious. I bet you don't know. Marilyn Monroe was one of them either, lol. And someone else replied to that comment saying, totally. It's been happening since long before Hollywood. Royal families are guilty as well, going back to the start. My ex-girlfriend came from Iran, and one of the things I loved about her was that she could see them too. She said all the major actors, politicians, etc. are inverted too. No matter what part of the world you're in, they all use the same symbol and rituals.